All right, I'm gonna get started on another project and gonna video it for my mom like I did last time. And it's gonna be version 2 of the kitchen timer. She uses hers all the time and for things other than cooking. And so I'm gonna call this one Mom's Timer. And I'm gonna incorporate some of the things I learned from the last project I was doing, this wireless controller project, and go a little bit beyond that one. So the main new thing will be it's going to have a wireless key fob feature, so you can set the time and pop off a little box on the back of it, and it'll just be magnetically attached to the back. And when the timer goes off, it'll have one of these little vibration motors like you have in your cell phone, and this will vibrate and it'll provide an indication that the timer went off. So if she walks away from the timer, even though this is crazy loud, if she's got the hairdryer running, or if she's just really far away from it and there's noise, this thing will still go off and she'll know that the timer went off. And then I'll also have an LED on it, so the little LED will flash too if that's in her line of sight. So wireless key fob, that's kind of the big one. And another feature, the old ones here, they had 3 AA batteries in the back, and right now whenever the batteries get low, she's got to have my dad recharge the batteries for her. So I wanted to make it so she could do it and just plug in a USB cable, just like I figured out how to do with this project, in the side here, and it will recharge the battery. And I got a couple batteries here I might consider 1000 milliamp lithium polymer batteries. I just put 2 of them in parallel here to make a 2000 milliamp pack, but maybe we could just get by with one. And then the battery that's in the key fob will be maybe this guy. This is a little 70, I think it's 70 milliamp or 80 milliamp battery. And so you plug a USB cable in and it will charge at both of them. And I'll have a little LED light on each one of these to indicate when it's charging, and the little LED light will go out when it's done charging. So that's the second feature. And the third one will be you can program it via USB. So unlike this one, which you plug this in, all you can do is just recharge the battery inside of it. If I want to do any programming to this one, I've got an Arduino Pro Mini in here, and I've got the FTDI, or the serial connections just stuck out here. And I've got to use one of these FTDI adapters to. I want to make it so that basically the serial chip that's on this thing is on the circuit board for the timer, and you can just plug in the USB, and I can fix any bugs that I might have in the program, and she'll just be able to plug it in and run a command, and bam, it'll update it. And the last thing that I want to do is make it really easy to build compared to the last one, or at least much easier to build, because the last one, this one here, was really complicated. My buddy Joe made the box here, cutting all these pieces out. I think I could do this, but I don't think I could do it as well. And particularly the side panel here, this is a pretty complicated looking cut. For me to get everything as well as he did it, I don't think I could do it. But I did find with this shape here that I came up with, this was very straightforward for me to do. All the cuts were straight. There was a bevel cut here and a bevel cut on this side, and that was it. It was very straightforward to do, and just put some pieces of wood on the end and use a router to make the little shape, and turned out better than I had hoped for. This bottom just magnetically attaches onto the bottom. So this worked out really well and straightforward for me to build it. So for the box, I think I'm just going to go with this kind of shape. And actually, this will be this one will be quite a bit larger than the new mom's timer, because the display and the rotary encoder, it only takes up that much room, so it won't be nearly as wide as this one is. This one isn't real big anyway, but it won't be as wide. And other things to make it easier to build, will be the circuitry. So this one here has got a button that's got 4 wires on it. The rotary encoder's got 8 wires on it, and then the 4-digit 7-segment display, I think it's got 16 pins, but I think I only had to put like 15 wires on it, something like that. And then the buzzers have 2 wires on it. Lots and lots of wires to cut, to length, and strip, and solder, and everything. And you can see all those. There's a lot of wiring. It took a long time to do all this. So what I was thinking about to make it easier was I could have a custom circuit board like last time, and I'll just be able to drop this into it, and that will complete the wiring of this. And then just because of the height difference, I don't think I'll be able to put this on the same circuit board. See, that's how that would be. And so this is just, it would stick up way too far. So I don't think I can put this on the same circuit board, because I want it to be more like that. So we'll have this on one circuit board, and then I'll have a little tiny adapter board that just has the connections that this requires. And I found these great little micro JST connector. This has got 8 pins, just exactly what this needs. 8 electrical connections are on this. And then this little connector. And so I could, I'm not sure which way I would do it, maybe put this on the main circuit board and then have this just plug into that, and then I would just cut these to length and then just do them in order in some holes that I put on the adapter board that this goes onto. And that'll almost do most of the, and I just have to do the buzzer in here, but that's about it. And boy, is that a lot easier than what that thing took. The complication will be the part I haven't done before, which will be this little key fob, and it'll have at least the 2 wires for the motor, but then I've got to get power from the USB connector back to the key fob so that I can recharge the battery that's inside of it, and that little guy. And so to do that is, I'm going to have some magnets to hold it in place. I was thinking maybe I could just use the magnets to conduct and figure out some smart, ingenious way of having it charged through the magnets. But if I can't figure that out, I did order a couple of these proper connections. So these are little spring-loaded terminals, and so this would go on the key fob side, and this would go on the back of the timer and just lay on there. But the problem with these, the thing that kind of stinks about them, is they are relatively expensive. And each one of these was $1, so this is like $2 here. That's not a lot of money. But given the transceivers that I'm going to use to do the wireless communication between the main unit and the key fob, these are also, just over $1 for each one of these things. So this is like $2.40, and this is like, these 2 little connectors is $2. It's amazing. These even have 8-pin headers on them that I don't need to take off. Amazing that they're priced so closely. So I'm hoping I can try to just go through the magnets somehow and do the recharging. But so that's the overview of the project, making an improved version of the kitchen timer for my mom, and we'll see how she goes.